In the way of education. Young girls in primary school and high school from either the townships or rural communities are missing days at school because they cannot afford sanitary towels, sanitary pads. Menstruation is a natural aspect of life, and it signals the coming of age. And this is an uncomfortable truth. And tonight we unpack the issue with a fellow woman, Sandra Miller, who has formed an organization that strives to address this issue through providing sanitary material to our daughters. So we welcome Sarah to Power Life. Thank you Sandra, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So what urged you particularly to start this organization?
Okay, I'd always been in the NPO sector, but I worked with elderly people, and I did that for 19 years and got a bit bored, and a friend of mine said, please come and work with children, and I didn't want to because we don't have children, so it was a new... Anyway, I went to Graskop, to a very, very rural farm school, and I saw these 20 smiling faces, and I said to them, what do you want to do when you leave school? And they said scientist, doctor, pilot, engineer, and I thought, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Anyway, we asked them a few more questions, and then I said to them, casually, as we do you prefer sanitary towels to tampons? And they looked at me as though I was from another planet.
Wow.
They've heard of it, they've seen the adverts, but they have never in their lives had a sanitary towel. I was so angry. I remember it was a Friday. And when I got into the office on the Monday morning, the staff said, okay, what are we doing for child welfare? I said, no, that's ending. We're making sanitary towels.
Wow.
No business plan. I couldn't sew, nothing. But I knew that I had to do it that very day. Otherwise, I wasn't going to ever do it.
What were they using?
The most common thing they use is a sock filled with sand, or a rag, or a towel, toilet paper. Those are the most common things, or newspapers. Yeah.
And just staying away from school during the monthly
I must
period.
tell you that, after we've spoken to the girls, we do keep going back just to talk to them. And we have found that the girls the young ladies we've helped, only 25% of them stay at home. The other 75% will go to school, even if it's with a sock. They realize how important it is to finish school. So 25% will stay at home.
Yeah.
But they'll stay at home because they don't know what a period is. No one's told them what a menstrual cycle is. I remember the one young lady, I asked her, where do you bleed from? And she said, innocently, I bleed from my heart.
Wow.
While that is such a beautiful sentiment, it is so very wrong. So we changed the way we do things now. We used to 100% just hand out sanitary ware and off we go. Now it's 40% handing out the sanitary ware and 60% spending time chatting to the girls,
Okay.
and the boys and the caregivers, and explaining what is your female parts, what is a menstrual cycle, what is a myth, what is the truth.
Why do you feel the need to chat to the girls or even the boys?
You know what? For a long time I've said, if we do not make boys part of this conversation, they are the ones, apart from Alpheus, they are the ones that mock the girls, tease them. If they see a stain on the dress, these are the stories we heard from girls. Don't touch them, they're dirty, it's a curse, etc. So we realized that it's no good having this wonderful conversation with a girl child, and you're not bringing a boy into this conversation. And you can't build a whole society without the boy child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've got Alpheus here in the
We've
studio.
got
He's a young man.
Alpheus.
Alpheus, how old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
You're 17 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
What has your experience with sanitary pads been?
Well,
I know you don't use them.
yeah, I don't. I've heard girls telling me about them. I've seen them myself. Well, I don't really know how they work, but I do understand how what they do,
Yeah.
like their purpose, their function.
Have you been around women? Do you have sisters?
I've got two sisters,
Yeah?
one older sister and one little sister.
So tell me about the experience that you've had, that you've seen or witnessed with your sisters and with them coming of age and sanitary pads.
Well, with my sisters, it's very different. But I've had girls in my class telling me, like, they would come to me and tell me, I'll ask them, like, what's wrong? Why? You seem to be in pain. They'd be like, no, I'm on my periods. They're very open. Then my sister, not like my biological sister, but my cousin,
Yeah.
she has told me about such things.
Yeah. What are your thoughts around young women who are not able to access sanitary pads?
Well, I feel very sorry for them, because it's not something, it's beyond their control, because they can't afford to buy sanitary pads and stuff. So I feel very sorry for them, because most of them, they miss school. Yeah.
And when it comes to the engagement that young men like you have with women in the classroom, are boys generally tolerant and supportive of young girls who are going through this period?
Some aren't. Some
Yeah.
some mock them. Some,
Yeah.
You see.
but there are boys, there are young men who offer help, who care, who show care.
Then the conversations with the men becomes very,
Crucial.
very crucial.
Absolutely.
In the bigger picture. So we're taking your calls on 0861 987 000. Our guest tonight from Dignity Dreams is the CEO of Dignity Dreams, Sandra Miller. And let's go to Susan Chauke, who is in grade 10 at Mashenga Secondary School. Good evening.
Evening.
Hi, Susan. So you've benefited from Dignity Dreams.
Yes, I did.
Tell me about your challenges before Dignity Dreams came along to provide the support that they have.
Okay, like, it was very awful, like, because sometimes when my mother is not here, so I'm left with my brothers. So it's hard, like, to go to my brother and ask that, can you buy me my pet? No, just like that, because I need to have that conversation with my brother.
Yeah.
So, like, I have to think first before I ask him.
So your brother's uncomfortable to go and buy you pads?
No, he's not. Like me, I'm trying to ask.
Oh, you're shy to ask him. I got you. So how did this affect you with your school life?
Because like sometimes it's like I go to school, has like I'm not, like sometimes I'm not too open, like to talk with somebody, like asking my friends. Like sometimes I think like it's too embarrassing to ask my friends, please can I have that from you?
Yeah.
Because I don't have money to buy those pets. Because I think like they will laugh at me.
Yeah.
So it's been like awful, because when I think like I have to go to school and it's like this and that, and what if it happens at school?
Exactly.
Then how can I tell my class teacher? Because my class teacher is a man.
Oh my goodness. So do you live with your mom and dad?
I live with my mom.
Are you able to have the conversation with her about pads, about periods, about sex, any of that stuff?
No.
No. So is she, I mean, what was the conversation that you and her had around the fact that you are on your period now? Was she aware?
Yes, she was aware, like, because immediately when I started, like, I was afraid what's happening to me. Like, that routine is, then I have to go and bat myself again and come back. And then, you see, after then, she saw that there's something wrong with me, because I was, like, washing my body myself every time, like.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So then, because I stained on my pants, then she saw that this girl, there's something wrong. Then she asked me. Then I finally told him, I'm in my period and I'm afraid to ask you.
And what did she say?
What she said?
Yeah, what did she say to you when you told her you're on your period?
Like she said that, why must I be afraid of her? Because she's my mom.
Yeah.
So then she told me that I have to be open and honest and talk like with him about everything that's happening to my body. Because she said she understood that a girl like going to stage, then there's these changes in my body.